We are here on a Saturday. Are we are we are effing crazy. Oh, hey, what's up, boys and girls? This is Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid, and we are number three. For our Spanish friends, Trace, we are three episodes, interviews deep today. Episodes, interviews, however you want to see it. Uh, I've got a screw loose. Why do five? Why not do five? That's the way I see it. This is Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid, and my very special guest, the mighty Bosch. What's up, my man?
How are you, Mr. Kincaid? Good to see you again.
Yeah, same here. I wore blue especially for you, my friend.
I appreciate that. I see that. Rubbing the colors. Love it. It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
and it's the strong style. The strong style brand. So
Sure.
we're repping the strong style and the mighty Bosch all at the same time.
There you go.
So how's things? Though I know that the world is topsy turvy. We got a
Yeah.
lot of shit going on out there. But with the whole vid thing, yourself, your circle, your family, all of that, you're good.
As far as everything is concerned, for the most part, everything's good. No one immediately or in the immediate extended had to deal with the Unkown COVID. I mean, the COVID. uh, yeah, no one directly. So that's been a plus so far. So
Yeah.
nothing too crazy or anything like that. Just doing the best to keep it simple and everybody safe and everything that we possibly can.
Very good. That's awesome to hear. Now, if if the boys and girls remember last time, we had he had a co-partner, if you will, with one Sid Morgan was with him last time.
That's right.
We
That's right.
noticed that she's absent today. Is everything good with Sid?
Yeah, well, Sid's in the kitchen right now.
Oh, cool. Okay. All
Because
right. I just wanted
Sid,
to
come
ask.
wave hello.
Oh, hi.
Wait.
Where is she? I know. Hey, Sid, what's happening? What's popping, as the kids
Hey.
say?
Wants to know what's
How are-
happening. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Probably should be in frame here. Alive, kicking, mostly staying out of trouble. You know how it goes.
Hey, nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
Well, hey,
Sid's,
a bonus.
Sid,
Yeah.
Sid's cooking chili tonight, so
Oh,
doing
hey.
doing the crazy mastery stuff in the kitchen because chili's a thing.
Chili, getting the chili done is way more important than sitting with me. I'll tell you that right now. Uh, well, I thank you for sitting with us, the fans, hanging out, chit chatting wrestling, chit chatting the mighty Bosch and such.
Yeah,
What's-
absolutely.
So we haven't spoken in a little bit, and I know wrestling has been on that down tick. There was a little madness going on there. Some promotions were coming up, doing some outside stuff.
Right.
Got a little bit colder, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden we got a little uptick going on. So things kind of flattened out again.
Hopefully, yeah. During the peaks and valleys and everything like that, when things were in the valley area and it seemed like there was a bit of a stabilization or whatever, there was a couple of opportunities that I and Sid were able to take advantage of. Nothing about when or if they'll ever get broadcast, but we had some fun and were able to get some time in and knock off some rust and everything like that. In the meantime, an old friend of mine from back in my high school days opened up a gym, took the big chance,
Okay.
and he's been helping me keep my fighting shape, so to speak.
Nice.
Because I got once things return to some kind of normal, there's a couple of big matches that I have coming up that I need to make sure I'm prepared for. So, with that being said, I am officially weighing in at 312 pounds, down
wow.
from 355. So it's been a solid few months and doing my best to bring it to him.
Well, congratulations on your success. Because we've seen this over the course, even just pre-COVID, if you will. We've seen some of the bigger men on the scene have been through this transformation of sorts.
Yeah.
I'll use Reckenball Gursky, Ace Romero as two big guys that's very
Yeah.
well known in our area. And both of them, I mean, my friend, Ace was like 500 pounds.
Yeah, and I think now he's around like 375 or 380 last I heard or something like. So that's
Yes,
huge.
yes,
That's
yes,
that's huge for a big man. Like so that's and
yes.
it's only a benefit not only to his in-ring work and such like that, but to his overall health, which was
Oh,
part and parcel of my reason for doing what I can to get the weight off and everything like that. So I mean, big ups to those guys. You know.
yeah. Transformations right in front of our eyes. Uh, and I spoke, excuse me, I spoke with so many people over the course of the past couple weeks because I took a little break. I did so many at that 5 week stretch. I just kind of felt like I burnt myself out a little bit. So I took a couple months off. I sprinkled in one and now and then.
Sure,
But
sure.
the past couple weeks, wow, it's been a whirlwind. Actually, it'll be a month, December, January 12th, that I kind of got my schedule really busy again, and it's been a whirlwind. I'll be at about almost 40 interviews in a month.
Oof.
Yeah, by the time January 12th comes, so I've been keeping busy. But I've
Yeah,
spoken about so many that uh, keeping ready is mentally one of the harder things to do
it is.
because you just want to kind of kick back. You want to, do your thing or whatever when there isn't so much going on in the business and even kind of the world around us. There's a whole
Right.
lot that is still kind of on the down low. So again, I want to applaud you for moving forward, for yourself, for your in ring, for whatever you're doing it for. I applaud you, sir.
Thank you. It's definitely been, you know, it's all about, doing the work and keeping ready and not resting on one's laurels because you can't do that in this business. And you can't do that in life. You can't just, coast through. It's not something that will be successful for someone, there's always another mountain to climb. There's always another ladder to climb, and there's always something that needs to be done. And especially with this past year, with the pandemic and all the craziness that's happened, and the some places closing down, other places losing spots and things like that. It's been nuts, and not getting buried under all of that and trying to keep on the path to prosperity and stuff. It's been definitely tough, especially when you come through the winter up here in New England. It's always miserable because you don't know if it's going to snow or be beach weather or hail or a tornado apparently at some point. Like I don't know. So it's definitely been a test to see where you land. But I am talking to a lot of the people from the locker rooms and from various areas and stuff like that. It's been one of trying to keep everybody up. They help me, I help them, kind of thing, and making sure everybody's together in this. Because when it does come back, because fingers crossed, especially with all this stuff coming out from the pharmaceutical companies and everything like that with the vaccines or whatever, when it done comes back, it's going to be gangbusters and it's going to be insane.
Now, off the top, you kind of spoke about a couple matches that you had in your future that you were kind of making sure that you were in fighting shape for.
Yeah.
Could you speak to us, the fans, about who do you have on your plate in your future that that you're looking forward to here?
Well, speaking of the future, I believe he was a guest on your show not too long ago. So, but in the RWA, I have a one-on-one contest going, coming up with the future himself, Jamie Tucker,
Oh,
for the Brick House Cup. Jamie won the Brick House Grand Prix at the beginning of 2020 before everything got really crazy and shut down and everything like that. And as you know, he's part of the Young Guns and part of the brand, and he's definitely an up and coming, and he is definitely not someone I can sleep on because he's quick, he's fast, he's also deceptively strong. So he's a force to be reckoned with, and I can't I can't take him lately, you know. I can't sit there and be like, he's just, 25, 26-year-old kid, whatever. It's no big deal. That's not how this works, you know. Those are the ones, those are the hungry kids. Those are the hungry guys. Those are the ones who are definitely looking to prove that they are worthy and depending and gonna be the future of the business, to steal his moniker and everything like that. But he's definitely one I'm looking forward to. And then at the end of 2019, I won the Ideal Opportunity Tournament. It was an online social media tournament for Proving Ground.
Mm-hmm.
And that guarantees me a shot at whoever the Proving Ground champion is at the time that the match happens. So currently, again, because COVID has been a thing, currently it is the ace Mike Montero. I don't know if you've, and see you nodding your head, so you know. And as I'm sure a lot of people have either said to you or you've heard in passing, Mike is probably one of the premier guys, not only in Rhode Island, but in New England. Like, he's somebody to look out for, because the way he buzzes and the way everybody talks about him and everything like that, he's on that path. And you could blink one day and it'll be June and you might see him in development with the big boys over in New York, or down, at Davies Place or something. Like, he's definitely a standard bearer. He's been around for a while. He's got that history of being the guy who climbed up from minuscule beginnings and just has become the cream of the crop, so to speak. So as of now, he's the champion of Proving Ground. So that's kind of where we're going, but who knows what happens when stuff gets back. I know he's got a couple of matches that he is got lined up before I get to my spot. So I still got a little time, but he's the one I'm focusing on in terms of my training and everything like that.
We've also had Mr. Montero on this show.
So
that's he's a thinner guy. When you compare the field of what a wrestler is supposed to look like, he is a thinner guy. But my friend, wow, that guy, like you said, he's come up and he hasn't stopped yet. There's no way that he's reached his peak by any stretch. So I look forward to seeing some of that footage. If I can't make it live, I would love to see some of that footage when that does come to head.
Hopefully when that does happen, it'll be on the IWTV at the very least, or Proving Ground channel, stuff like that, because Proving Ground has just in the middle of COVID signed the contract, so that should be happening. Or if it hasn't, it's already happening. So
not only that, Bosch, you're getting me all amped up. Not only that, Mr. Bosch, Mr. Todd Graham was on this show, and he actually filled in because I had again, it was like a weekend. It was a busy schedule. Somebody knocked right off at noontime. He goes, "Hey, I'll step in." He came on and he signed that IWTV contract right on this show. I was so stoked, dude.
Yeah. So I mean, it's true. It's definitely the thing. So it's opportunities abound, man. It's definitely craziness. And honestly, and I think I said this before when I was on last time, I never thought I would see myself at this age back in the ring and doing this well. Like, when I made the decision to come back after a lot of cajoling and browbeating and all my friends and poking the needle and Sid slapping me in the back of the head and everything like that, I figured I was going to wrestle like once, twice a month, maybe, a couple of shows here, this has turned into something that I couldn't even begin to imagine. And it's been such a trip and such a ride. And, my daughter's been able to see me do this and everything like that. In fact, she was part of the match I won the TCW title at when I beat, the Golden Boy, Harry Brooks. She helped me with that. So, like, it's just been a crazy ride, man. So, but speaking of things on the future horizon, I do have a question for you, good sir.
Oh, wow. Please hit me, man.
So I know you had been doing this for a while, and then you said you took the break and everything like that because you kind of felt burned out. I got to ask, did you ever find El Jabroni.
The hashtag, I am single. This is a one-man show. This is a
Sure.
one-man campaign. This is a one-man market. Nobody's jumping on this bandwagon with me. I'm getting more heat from like Ryan Frost, the GM, Tesla Strength, Alex Rojas. I'm getting more heat than anything. So to answer your question in a short form, no.
Okay, so let me throw this out to you, okay, in bright blue solidarity here. I have been scouring just because of the closeness between where TOS is based and everything like that. I've been scouring all of Rhode Island to see if I could find El Jabroni. So you are not alone. You are not alone in this quest, because I was there when that diabolical, evil, bald-headed ne'er-do-well Ryan Frost did what he did. So I want to put this to you, and I'm going to say this on your show and everything like that. If you find or are able to get a message to El Jabroni, you tell him from the mighty Bosch that if he needs a partner to knock Ryan Frost and his little entourage down, all he's got to do is call me. Because let me tell you something. Ryan Frost is such a sneaky POS. I had the fortunateness or unfortunateness to be able to wrestle in a match with him, however you want to do this, in Providence. And what should not have been a loss has now been marked on my record as a loss because he's a sneaky SOB and he stole the win. He cheats, and he's been trying to rub it in my face ever since.
Oh, wow.
So between the fact that Ryan Frost and I are coming to a head, and that's something in the future that needs to happen, and I don't care if it happens at TOS or RWA or RICW or Let's Wrestle or in the backyards. Ryan Frost and I got a reckoning coming, and I'm going to take him down. That being said, if you find El Jabroni, let him know that I am there for him, and I will help him if he needs it.
I am so glad this is not a one-man quest. I appreciate that, first off. Second off, Ryan Frost, shady, sketchy, opportunistic, if you will.
Sure.
And, you know, you wanting to put out your services, if I ever do, and I'm still looking, so if I do come across him, I will definitely pass that message. And I know he will take that with open arms because he thinks he can do this by himself, but it's very evident the numbers are against him. He can't do this by himself. So I appreciate you putting out your services.
And that's not a knock against El Jabroni because he is an amazing athlete. I've seen him work. I got to share a locker room with him at Fenway when we did the El Mundo thing for Beltime and those guys at Fenway Park and everything like that. Like, it's a cool dude. And I happened to be there when they did what they did. And it took all my power not to go jump in the ring because I didn't want to mess with security because we got to be smart, got to be safe. But El Jabroni, if you're listening, man, if you ever need a partner, you give me a look. Don's got my number, man. We'll get this done.
Wow, look at that. The mighty Bosch sending out some love to my man, El Jabroni. And if whoever's watching this, please join me in on this campaign. It's hashtag all capital letters. Don't be doing no lowercase. All capital letters. Hashtag where in the world is El Jabroni? And I know it sounds kind of long, but that's okay. I still am trying to get this campaign rolling. So for those that are listening, please join in on my campaign. I would love that.
Right. Absolutely. Well, yeah, I got at least one, maybe two, because Sid will definitely help.
Yeah, absolutely. So, thank you for that. It's been a while since I put one of those out. You reminded me. I think I'll have to jump on that tonight.
Right. Yeah. So good.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I want to kind of go back a little bit because we haven't talked between the last time we've spoken until now. Something has happened in between that I've been dying to talk to any of you guys about.
All right.
There was a thing that happened in a forest, far away land somewhere. Don't know where the hell this was. Now, There
in
was
the
a
push.
thing
Yeah.
because there has been what we were talking about transformations. Talk about transformations, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
We have seen King Leon the Sixth transform into King Leon the Black Blade.
Right.
And not only that, everything has changed. There's no kingdom of Behedia. There is now the kingdom or forest of the Black Blade, however you want to put it.
Right.
And the book of the Black Blade is something that's viable, and I guess it's supposedly, once this kind of comes down, we're going to be taught this book of the Black Blade. I'm kind of interested to see where that's going. But there was 4 participants in this crazy, man, it was a 3-part series.
Yep.
It was on King Leon the Black Blade's page. There was 4 participants: King Leon, the Mighty Bosch, Ryan Frost, and one insane Dick Lane.
Yep.
And it was whoever grabbed the Black Blade, if I'm not mistaken, the tail end, the goal, the end game was to grab the Black Blade. My friend, you were right in the middle of all this. Please, for everything that is good, explain to us what the hell is going on.
So, in the kingdom of Behedia, there was a prophecy of some kind, and I don't remember all of it, especially because of all the crazy mind stuff that happened. And there are those of us who are attuned to certain aspects of the universe. As a knight from the realm of the unknown, when crazy stuff goes out, I get the signal, and I am there to help to try to put it back, stamp it down. It's almost like when a Pandora's box is opened, something like that. So I showed up there. Dick Lane, being the insane metahuman supervillain that he is, also heeded the call, was able to be there. I don't know why Ryan Frost ended up being there. It was just whatever. But the whole, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about him too much, so I try not to think about it because it's so crazy. But but the Black Blade caused some serious craziness, and I think what ended up happening in the end was that Leon ended up securing it or something. But I don't know officially what happened, because there was that in the book of the prophecy or whatever it was, and he got his thing and he was out and about for a while, and then it did some crazy things in the universe, and then something happened, and I don't know if his will was strong enough to purge himself of the Black Blade or what, but he's not the Black Blade anymore. So I don't know exactly what's going on. Leon is still around, but King Leon the Black Blade is it was almost like he got the power of the souls of the Infinity Gauntlet, and instead of burning himself out, he used the power to. I don't know. You might need to talk to him about that.
Wow.
It took me a long time to make it up to Sid. You said you saw it, right? You saw what happened and everything like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it played weird mind games on me, and I thought I was fighting King, but it ended up being Sid, and it was just, I don't know.
Right.
It was nuts. It took me a while to make that up to Sid and such, because, you know, crazy is as crazy does, and it was not a good time after that for a while.
Yeah, because if anything, that whole series, that wasn't a mind f. I will tell you, because there was some kooky stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
Out in that forest.
Mm-hmm. No, there absolutely was, and it was, but as I said in the time too, I mean, things like that are why I came back. So, I mean, maybe between myself and Dick and everything else that's going on, maybe we cracked just enough of Leon to realize that this was not the best option for him. Who knows? You know, maybe Squire talked some sense into him, got him to figure that. Who knows? I just, as far as I knew, that was what happened. I saw Leon, the Black Blade, do a couple of things after that, And then, between COVID and everything, who knows? Maybe the Black Blade was infected by the COVID and it took it out. You never know, right?
No, you never know. And you're giving us a little something that I wasn't aware of. I'm gonna have to maybe reach out to. I don't even know what to call him anymore. I'm just gonna call him King Leon right now.
You could
I
probably
might
do
just
that.
gonna have to reach out to him and see if we could get a follow up, because now you have my curiosity. I'm intrigued to see what's going on, because that's
Right.
the last time we pretty much did see. Uh, there was, like you said, he might have popped up at an event or two and did a little something, something.
Right.
But this whole the Black Blade thing kind of faded away after the series stopped. So
Right.
I'm my curiosity has got me. I'm gonna have to reach out to said King Leon and see what the bleep is going on out there.
I mean, best way to get information is usually from the horse's mouth. So I mean,
Right.
I can speculate and hypothesize all I want, but in the end, you're most likely right. It's probably best you talk to him and see where he's at and such. So
Yeah, because if there's something you don't want to do is piss that guy off. You don't want to do that.
no, I don't want to do. I mean, I think he and I have a reckoning coming down at some point too, just because Knight King. I mean, the fight kind of writes itself. So we'll see what happens, but. You never know. It might not happen if this whole Black Blade thing, blew up and isn't that anymore. So who knows?
Big question mark. We'll see what all of that holds in the future.
Exactly.
That's
it's like
for sure.
To be continued.
It is. But I got to say that 3-part series was quite the roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
You were part of it, and I know it was a very fuzzy time. I want to say for us, the fans, I mean, for me personally, and I guess I'll just be selfish, I enjoyed it. I thought you had storyline to it. You had mystery. You had drama. You had comedy. You had all sorts of different things, all of these elements that were all interjected into this 3-part series, which became King Leon ended up with the damn blade anyways. I mean, talk about being pissed off. That was me. As soon as I seen him get that blade, I was so pissed. Oh. Not a happy camper.
No, I don't blame you, and believe you me, it's not the first time I've had to fight somebody to stop them from being possessed by some kind of evil entity or crazy evil artifact or something like that. So I get it, man. And being taken out the way it was taken out was just,
yeah, not cool. Not cool.
It's not cool at all. Nope, definitely not.
No. Real ultra quick second. I'm just gonna go over here real quick. All done. Look at that. Lickety split.
Lickety split. Look at that.
Lickety split, huh?
Look at that.
That's because I'm thin. I got quickness, I
You can weave in and out very easily. You're easy to go around. I just go through. Tables fly all over the place. I totally understand.
Yeah, vice versa. Yeah, vice versa. So the Mighty Bosch, as the time has been, we've had this downtime. Some men and women have tweaked their gimmick a little bit, maybe gear, maybe attitude, maybe a little spin. Just before yourself, I spoke to one, The Cure, Lucas Chase. I don't know if you're familiar with him. But,
I can't say that I am, but.
He's turned the page. He used to be a big, giant pain in my ass. He was part of this faction called the Bike Club. Don't even get me started.
Fair.
But that thing has kind of fizzled out, and Lucas Chase is now on his own. And he's turned a new leaf, if you will. And I just spoke to him. It was like talking to a totally different guy since the last time. So my point being of yammering, has the Mighty Bosch tweaked the gimmick, changed the gear, looked to any different direction than what you were already?
I think in terms of the way the character is presented and stuff like that, I think the core is what he is and what he will always be. And even from back in the 90s when I was doing it, the theme of the character and the style of the character and what the character represents and everything like that is always going to be, that truth, justice, defend the weak, protect the innocent kind of thing. I have been in talks with someone, and hopefully when things are back to some kind of normal, I will be debuting new wrestling gear. So that is one of the things that I will be doing. When I came back, I kind of did going back to my roots kind of style. So I was wearing the singlets and stuff, which is a very common thing, especially for big guys. You know, you wear the singlet and stuff like that. And but at this point, it's gotten to the point where aesthetically, visually, what I looked like wasn't really jiving with what I was trying to do and portray and stuff like that, just because of. But Sid ended up finding a couple of gear makers, and we do have some new gear being designed and put together, and hopefully, again, by the time things go back to some kind of normal, I will have some new appearance to put forth to everybody like that. My big thing is that the gear, especially with the big title fight at Proving Ground, when that happens, is I wanted to make sure that I looked like I was ready for this, and I wanted everyone that I took it seriously and that I was not going to sleep on it or anything like that. You know, I'm not taking. If it's Mike Montero, I'm not going to take him lightly, or if it, for some odd reason it's somebody else, I'm not going to take them lightly. Like, I earned my spot, I earned my opportunity. You know, I went through a lot of amazing people in the Northeast New England, New York area. The finals was against a good friend of ours, I would say, Mr. Moonlight Sun himself, Mike Skyros. Like, that was the finals. And the fact that, and to pull the curtain open a little bit, the fact that I beat Mike Skyros in a social media tournament was mind-boggling. Like, I honestly didn't think it was going to happen, because he's Mike Skyros. He's a great guy. He's an amazing athlete. You know, he's another person that I'd really like to either team up with or go one-on-one with, and not even in anything crazy other than hey, you're you and I'm me, and let's do this and let's blow the roof off of the place. You know, he's I believe he's still the K1 champ, the K1 Cup champ over there. You know, I got my Brick House Cup. Like, we got a lot of going on over there. You know, he's a Marvel guy, I'm a DC guy. We kind of have a little bit. I mean, like, there's things, you know. So, but like, in wanting to be taken more seriously and wanting people to see me as a good individual to not only bring on their shows, but to have in their locker room stuff, I had to make that leap. So we found a really good gear maker, and fingers crossed, it's going to be spectacular gear. And I'm really excited. I can't wait. It'll be a lot different than what I've ever done in any of my iterations. So
it's got to feel like just another Christmas is coming your way when you get new gear.
Oh yeah. No, definitely. This is definitely. So I'm really excited.
We look forward to seeing that, because I like how you put it. I want to have my gear, the gear that I think should be presented as, I'm taking this seriously. I'm not half-assing it. Right. I've got a champion in front of me. I've won this position, and I'm not going to throw it in the garbage, and I'm going to look presentable. Like, I want this. Not just because I look it, but because I want it.
Right.
So bringing that to the table, I think, is fantastic.
Yeah, and again, not that the gear that I'm currently working in is bad or dingy or anything like that. It's very simple. And my thing,
look too.
It is. It's a different look. You know, and again, I went back to my roots. I got a singlet. You know, I got a custom singlet made for myself and everything like that. And it was something that was comfortable for me to get my feet back into what has now become an amazing and insane journey. But to continue that journey, I need to step up my game. So, you know, and my quality of work is there. I'm doing the weight loss and dropping the weight and getting healthier and stronger and everything like that. So that's there, you know, and now the gear is the third part. And once the trifecta hits, watch out, world, because Bosch is coming, and he's coming for all the gold he can muster, you know.
Well, I see that, you know, you've had a little bit of merch come out in the midst of some of this, some different kind of stuff,
Yep.
which keeps you boys and girls still in our eyes because,
Right.
like I've spoken about this before, wrestling is very easy to become irrelevant if you
Mhm.
don't stay in our vision.
Yep.
So even just putting out a T-shirt now and then, or some stickers, or
Yep.
whatever the case may be, and I see you've done that. You've put out some newer gear of the Mighty Bosch. Is that
Yep.
correct?
Yep. We have 3 different stores that we are a part of. Um, our first, we hooked up with a store called What a Maneuver. They're really cool people and everything like that. And then from there, we got onto Brainbuster Tees. Also cool people. These are slightly smaller companies. They're not like Pro Wrestling Tee or anything like that, but nice people, good people. We've had more personal interactions and stuff, and that's really important to me because it's that whole, you don't need to go to the big corporate machine to get something done. Not to say there's anything wrong if you've got stuff on a Pro Wrestling Tees or a company like that, but just my thing. And then we hooked up with Big Daddy Tees. So we've got three different organizations, that companies that we're with, because they hit different niches and stuff like that, and
Right.
really cool and solid. And we've got 3 different shirt designs, I believe, up now. There's the classic chibi one with the 2 little cartoon characters of myself and Sid on that, and then there's the inspiration from an old promo that got cut on me back in the 90s. So back in the 90s, when I was tag teaming, everything like that, people would bust my agates and tell me I should come out to the Boss Tones and everything like that, the Mighty Mighty and everything like that. So through Sid Magic and everything like that, we finagled something, and we got a Mighty Mighty Boss Tones inspired shirt, which is the Mighty Mighty Bosch Tones. We've got that, and then we have the new superhero designed one. I don't know if you can see this or not.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Might be a
yeah,
little,
that's cool.
might be a little backwards on the feed, but that was designed by one Grogan Draws, and she made the big style there like that, and
Nice.
that's on all 3. And so the sites do weird, fun things too, like they do the T-shirts and the tank tops and the hooded sweatshirts and the not hooded sweatshirts and the long sleeve tees and things like that. So there's lots of different options that you can do. Some, I want to say it's What a Maneuver, but they also do stuff like, baby onesies and things of that nature. So hopefully I can get one of those for a good friend of ours, and her new little beauty patootie. I get pictures all the time. I cannot wait to see her. I cannot wait to see little Miss V.
I cut a Kincaid file on her. It was so much. Actually, I did 3 and put them together.
Nice.
We had fun.
That's great. But yeah, so we're on 3 different storefronts and everything like that for ease of accessibility and everything like that, because you want to spread the name around and everything. And you're right.
Yeah.
It's every little bit that can help does. And I'll be honest with you, it's definitely something that helped out every now and again over the course of this crazy year, because the way working, and not just in the ring, but with shoot jobs and stuff like that, has been, every little bit helped, and that was definitely something that worked out really well.
Yeah. And that description of your merch, you named I want to say a girl named Grogan. Is that correct?
That
Who
is correct.
designed the one you're wearing, correct?
That is correct.
Now I've noticed she's done plenty of work for the boys and girls over in the Rhode Island area. I don't know how far her reach goes, but I've noticed that she does a lot of the Rhode Island scene artwork over there.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool that you have some of her artwork done on your merch.
Absolutely. She's an incredible artist. She's, just like anybody else, she's young and talented and has a lot of fire and a lot of drive. And I am so happy that she is probably one of my favoriteest people out there that isn't immediate family or really close people that I've known for 20 years. she's just spectacular, and her art is amazing, and not even her design work for the boys and girls in the locker rooms and everything like that, but like all the stuff she does, because it's what she wants to do. It's incredible, and she's gonna. As crazy as it sounds, is because of her design work, she's somebody else that you're probably going to see show up on places like AEW and WWE and all the other, because she's to what? Who? Oh, that's right. She designed Bear Country's look.
Oh, okay.
So, and they're on AEW Dark at
Yep.
this point. So, I mean,
Yep.
she's someone who is, it's a matter of time. She's going to break out and she's going to be the designer to the stars. So,
how do we find her artwork? What's her name again, sir?
So I believe she has a Facebook page called Grogan Draws.
Okay.
So it's her name, Draws, as in like I draw cartoons and stuff like. And if you go to that page, she's got the link of all her like her portfolio and everything like that and stuff.
Okay.
So you can definitely find her things there. Or believe me when I tell you, it's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon in this. If you talk to someone who talks to someone, guaranteed they know how to get in touch with Grogan. And again, and it's not just me blowing smoke or anything, like, because she's my friend. Like, she's amazing, and anybody who's ever had anything designed by her will tell you that, because it's just, you can see her heart and soul into what she does, and it's fantastic. So absolutely, if she's not super booked or anything like that, or has any weird commissions or anything like going on, if you want to get something designed, believe me, she's the person to do it with,
Cool.
And again, like, I've had other people help and do designs and stuff like that, but my default is always to try to go to her first, because it's amazing.
I don't know if you've seen this on the face page, but there was a little, well, not even a little, because there's quite a bit of chatter on this thread. There was pretty much, I'll just call it an announcement. RICW is making its way back. Did you happen to see that on the face page?
I did. I happen to know the people pretty personally, Chaz and Jacqueline Sparks and Dozer and obviously Jamie and everything like that. And, I've told him, keep me in the loop, because when it happens, I'm there. So it's refreshing, and it's exciting, and I'm looking forward to it, because again, one of the places that I have fun working is at the RICW and everything like that. And I mean, aside from the fact that Dozer and I had pretty much a barn burner of a match and for the Universal title when he was still champion before him and Jacqueline did it. It's just a fun place to work. There's a lot of interesting talent that comes through and everything like that. And there's a lot of classy people in there and everything. And there's, definitely a couple of guys in that locker room that I'm looking forward to sharing the ring with, either as a teammate of or in one-on-one. And one of those guys is a guy by the name of Coach Will. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to talk to him yet or not.
Yeah.
He's been on the show. So
yeah.
Coach Will, great guy, great worker, is doing amazing stuff. He's there. I believe they call it the Inner City Champion. I'm not sure where that sits in the levels of the championships or not, but he's their Inner City Champion. So, and it was definitely an amazing thing to see him win that, because knowing and watching him work and grow and just getting to be in that position is just amazing. So yeah, I saw the thing about RACW, and and after I saw your podcast with Miss Jacqueline Sparks, I made sure to call her Jackal, just because I had to. But no, just a little, just because I had to. But yeah, I saw that, and I'm excited, and hopefully they'll let me know if and when it goes back up, and I can be a part of that.
Yeah.
That's going to be great.
Now I stalked. I followed the thread that was going on there because my curiosity got me. I wanted to see who was going to be chiming in on this thing.
Right.
And one of the main reasons why I do bring this up is A, RICW is looking to kind of make a comeback.
Sure.
B, one Ryan Frost chimed in.
Yes, he did.
C, there was also Dirtbag Dan. The dirtologist. He threw his name in the hat, looking to hang out at RICW. And I know he's not. I know he's not a fan of Ryan Frost. They have teamed up in the past, though.
Sure.
They have teamed up in the past, but the past is the past.
Right.
So Dirtbag calls him a bunch of swear names. And Frost calls him a bum 1,000 times, and other colorful things.
Sure.
But they've gone back and forth with the Battlefront Pro Wrestling Hardcore Championship. So that's been a thing. So just put it out there. To stir the pot, if you will.
He said the line.
Yeah. Ryan Frost, Dirtbag Dan throwing their names in the hat over at RICW. Who the hell knows what's going to be happening, because that was a busy thread. And if I see RICW post a date at a venue, I don't even care if it's in a garage. I don't care if it's in a fucking somebody's old shack in the backyard somewhere. I don't care where they end up. Mr. Bosch, I feel like I gotta go and check what is going on in RICW, because again, the names that I seen in there doing their little thing. Yeah. I'm like, man, this is gonna be some fun.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be exciting when it happens, because you never know who might show up and try to smack around someone or get some revenge, or put 2 and 2 together and get that match, because it's not like I haven't been chasing him for 8 months and he's been ducking me because he's hiding behind his tag team stuff, and he doesn't want to go one-on-one. But whatever. I mean, it's I'm a patient man. It took me 20-something years to get back in the ring. I can wait another couple of months to get my hands on him. It's completely fine.
Mr. Bosch, this has been a fantastic follow-up with yourself, and I know we don't have Sid with us. Sid is busy making a chili.
Sid's busy making a chili.
Yes, very important, very important. You got to get that done. Has there anything been going on that we haven't touched upon, because it has been a little bit of time? I know I really wanted to get what the hell happened in that forest. That was just like off the chains crazy.
Right.
Have we overlooked anything that's happened with the Mighty Bosch and or Sid in the past few months?
Well, aside from hooking up with my buddy who I said he opened up a gym during all of this, a guy by the name of Emerson Kilgore. He made his name in college football and everything like that, playing at Syracuse. He opened up a gym over here in Rhode Island called 401 Fitness. So, gonna plug my boy, because let's be honest, any help we can do, especially in this time and everything like that, it's he helped me, I'm gonna help him and everything like that. So aside from doing the training and the working out and everything like that, Sid and I actually started flexing some mental strength, and we are working on writing a what's known as a LARP, which is a live action role-playing game called Legend of the Stars. And it is a space opera with lots of inspirations from our favorite sci-fi and sci-fi fantasy type genres, the Star Wars, Battlestar, things of that nature and stuff like that. And we have been, kind of flexing that storytelling, character creation kind of work and everything like that. And the game sold out when they opened up registration for this game, because it's going to be an online game for the duration of COVID until, again, things start to get more normal. They usually do this on the USS Salem as a playing area. So if you can imagine that.
Yeah, right.
From what I understand, it's very amazing and very fun to play on that battleship. When they opened registration for this game, it sold out in about a day, because people were so looking forward to this. So we've been working on stuff like that in terms of creative, non necessarily specific wrestling stuff. But it's amazing exactly how much taking things that you've learned in wrestling and applying them to other things go hand in hand. So that's been pretty much it. I myself have been, just trying to better myself education wise and everything like that, looking into books, trying to do some studying, just picking up books and reading them when I can. Um, I got to spend time with my daughter, as I said earlier in the interview and everything like that. With COVID being what it is and everything like that, it was very difficult to get her up here to spend time. But I got her up here and I got to spend Thanksgiving all the way through to New Year's with her, which is not something I get to do normally. I usually just get her for like a 2 week span from like Christmas to New Year's and stuff like that. But I had her here for about 6, 7 weeks and it was just
That's cool.
amazing and spectacular. And, other than that, I mean, it's just trying to keep my head above water and, be smart and frugal and, get ready for the future.
Hmm. Yeah, because who the hell knows what's going to happen tomorrow? I mean, holy cow. It's just crazy right now. You just don't know.
It's crazy. It's nuts. And you're right. There are some people who are taking way too many insane risks. And there are some people who are just make you shake your head and go, what are you doing? Like, but I miss my locker room families. I miss the fans. I miss you. I miss Sister Laura and Sister Dawn, and just going to shows, and hanging out, and just I miss it. And it was kind of a kick in the gut because I made my return and I was getting in the groove and things were going great and I was feeling good for a first time in a long time. And then this the COVID thing came in, and I get it. I mean, we have no control over this except to do our part to try to keep everyone safe and everything like that, which is honestly all you can ask. But it was like, oh, such a kick, But I've been talking to my friends and stuff like that, and sending memes to people and just having conversations, trying to keep in touch because it's all you can do at this point. So,
right, definitely. Well, I wish you the best. I can't wait to see what happens in the future. Can't wait to see that new gear coming.
I'm so stoked for that, man.
That'll be something to look forward. Sid as well as getting new attire.
At this point, just me for now. We're gonna see. Sid's still working on their ability to function in the ring, so they're good with their management stuff. There will probably be changes to the management gear, but that's more of a less needing someone to build and sew and do stuff like that, and more of the hey, let's go shopping and find something that really works kind of thing.
Right.
But when Sid does officially make a full-on debut in the ring, I'm sure we'll get them some really solid gear.
Very good. Awesome.
What's that?
Feel free to let him. You can tell him I have had a match.
Yeah, Sid has had a few matches and stuff like that. She's been in a couple of Battle Royal Rumble type scenarios, and we did do a tag team match for a student showcase again before everything happened and stuff like that. So we Sid's been doing the work and doing what they can and everything like that. So, but fingers crossed that one day soon that they will have Sid Morgan in the ring going for titles and stuff, because you can't mess with them. You just can't.
Well, this has been a fine hour. We are number 3. We've got a couple more left on a very busy Saturday on Stirring the Pot.
That's right. You got the roundtable next, right?
I do. The TIW roundtable is coming up at 6:00, my friend. That'll be something.
I think a buddy of mine is on that too, Danny Adam.
He is.
Tell him I say hi. I love that guy, man. It's a lot of fun. He and we talk and everything like that. Definitely. Tell them all I say hi, but that's cool stuff.
I absolutely will. I thought it would be fun because they just had a show recently, an outdoor thing. There was no fans. It was just them. You could go to Truly Independent Wrestling, and not that far down on their page is Christmas Clash 5. Okay. And it's the full show right there, and you can check it out.
Rock and roll.
So when I saw that, as I was doing these interviews, I'm like, you know what? I've only been to a couple TIW shows. The landscape, the title landscape has changed over that event. So I asked Danny, actually, I reached out to Danny and Guy Sedlowski. I'm like, hey, would you guys think about doing a TIW roundtable, maybe getting some of the guys together? Do you think they'd be interested? We got a few together, and we're going to have some fun. So we'll see where it goes.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Good bunch of guys over there and everything like that. So, and
Yeah.
definitely much respect to Danny. He and I have been talking and getting closer over the last year and everything
Cool.
like that and stuff like that. So he's definitely a good one to have. So that's amazing. I can't wait till that one comes out either.
Yeah, he's a really good dude, and I know we are gonna have tons of fun because there's been a newly crowned champion, just in case he'll be on. We have the Wolf CJ Fellows, that guy. We have he's a character. We have the newly crowned, I want to say, the Berkshire champion, Guy
Okay.
Sedlowski, and we have Danny Adam, and
Mhm.
we have the former GM Paul Laporte coming on with us.
It's a
There
pretty
may
stacked
be
show.
there may be a surprise coming. If you end up watching that episode, there may be a surprise coming. You never know. I'm starting to pop, my friend.
Never know. You're right. You never know.
This has been a fine hour with a fine talent. I thank you for spending the time with us, the fans, sir.
I thank you for having me again, sir. It's been a
Oh,
blast.
absolutely. A great follow up with another fine talent, boys and girls. We're getting through today, boy. I don't know how we're doing it. I'm drinking the caffeine like it's going out of style just to keep me flowing here. So
There you go.
this is Stir the Pot with Don Kincaid and my very special guest, the mighty Bosch. Thank you again, my friend. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.